Good evening, Facebook. Welcome to Two Amigo Tuesday. If you are interested in knowing what the music choice that you have has to do with your heart and how it's speaking to your heart, then please stay tuned for this episode. So you are watching Two Amigo Tuesday. We are here to jazz up your Tuesday evening a little bit. And today we are going to talk about music and how it correlates with your heart and what is happening inside of your heart and how it can help you figure out who you are. We are here with Katie Close again today, so it's very excited. We're going to bring her on in a minute. But first, I just want to give a big shout out to a friend of ours who shared our video last week. So let me just get her name here together so we can share it. Thank you very much, Gina Chambly, for sharing our video last week. If you want a shout out from us next week, then please share this video with your friends, all right? So listen, I just want to get to know all of you a little bit better. Share with us here in the comment section what is your favorite song and why do you like it so much, so we can get to know you a little bit better. So listen, welcome. I see Gina, you're on there. Welcome, honey. Thanks for being on. Whoop, whoop. High five, girl. Yeah. Thank you for coming on, guys. Thank you, Bertha, for coming on. So we are here with my friend, Katie Close. Katie, here you go. I'm going to bring you on. You ready? 3, 2, 1.
Hello.
Hi. Let me see. There you are. So many buttons to push. Hi. So Katie Close, you guys have gotten to know a little bit better over this whole, 2 weeks, 3 weeks that we've been going on. Katie Close is what I would call just a heart expert. And she just really is interested in, I'll just read it from her website. It says that Art of the Heart, which is the organization that she has started, is committed to you regaining the full feeling of your soul, moving through the journey of your life without getting stuck, connected with your own heart as well as the heart of others, and becoming whole through loving all that you are. And that's a really beautiful thing. So Katie, when I told you I wanted to do something fun, we're going to play a game today called Encore. I've never played this game before, and we're all like, we don't know how it works, but hey, we're going to try, right?
I'm going to try.
Fun with music, and you said, wow, this will be really cool to kind of talk about music and how, it correlates with your heart. So how did you kind of come up with, try to realize that the heart and music kind of go together?
Well, a lot of this came out of my own work within my own heart. And as I was really attempting to feel things, to feel connection, to move through, songs would resonate in such a powerful way that it gave me a lot of awareness and a lot of insight to myself, as well as sometimes really a deep, meaningful understanding about something that words just couldn't do. You know how kind of we say a picture is worth 1,000 words? I think a song is very similar.
Right. It really cuts to the core of what you were feeling and sensing. Yeah.
Right. Well, sometimes we talk around things, about things, but a song invites us into the experience with its energy and its sound and its movement. So when we really have experiences in life and when we want to re-alter them or re-understand them, right? Like we got a sense of understanding, but maybe it formed something in us that's actually keeping us stuck or hindering us, or maybe it's a wound or a fear. Like we can actually get back into that experience and reshape that. And it's by experience, not by logic or explanation. It's got to really be redone, refelt, and songs can invite us to do that.
Really excellent. So you said here in your article that you wrote, you say that music can be like a signal. So what do you mean with that, and how do you find that, to help people?
Good. So I can use some examples. For instance, at one point I was really dealing with my struggle to please people, right? And so it was like incessant. I was thinking about this person, and did I offend that person, and did they handle it this way? And the song came up to me. It's kind of like an oldie, and I'm not that familiar with it, but it was like, take me on. Take on me. I'm only going to be here for a little bit. It's kind of the premise of the song. I actually had to look the song up. That's how powerful a song is. Like, I don't even know that much of the lyrics, but I had heard it a few times, and it was significant enough to resonate with me at that moment. And I could really sense that deeper within my heart and soul, I wanted to take me on. Not all that busyness, not all that trying to get into other people's heads and figuring it out, but it was really hard for me to shift, because the emotion that was driving and pulling me to figure other people out needed a similar emotion within this song to say, take me on. So it was a signal from even deeper within that was resonating and saying, hey, can we actually just do our thing? Can we be with ourselves? Can we affirm and validate what's in our own hearts and not be so concerned about otherwise? And so it was a really beautiful process. And of course, that's in the context of some exercises and presence and feeling work that gives us a really opportunity to experience something new. But that was a signal for me. And I've seen it happen for a lot of other people. Maybe they're on a verge of breakthrough and a song shows them a feeling or a sense, or maybe they just got a breakthrough and there's this feeling that arises in their hearts and it's expressed through song. So it's really, really beautiful. It's amazing how powerful songs are.
So as you are going through the sessions, like songs will come up and they might be not negative in a sense, but they're really showing that there's, something there that is not serving them well.
Yes, perfect. So I have a great example for this. I'm going to use myself a lot for examples because other people, it's their stories.
Right.
But for me, I was kind of re-navigating the way that I was approaching love. Like I was constantly chasing love, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And
the song that came to me, I don't know if you've heard this Mariah Carey song, but it's this song about you'll forever be my baby. Do-do-do-dum. Do-do-do-do-do-dum. Right? And it's about her being like, you broke up with me, but you will always be my baby and I will chase you down.
Right.
And this song came up in me all the time. And I'm like, dang, like really? Do I have to go back to, am I really going to be still chasing my first boyfriend from high school? Hello, time to get over it. But it's the emotional experience.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it, and of course, like I study the heart, I study emotions, relationships, so that I get a bigger understanding. And I started to realize this was actually my coping mechanism. He dumped me. Yes, I know. I don't know what he was thinking, right?
Stupid dude. What was he doing?
I know. But, at that point in my life, I was very vulnerable because he was my first love. And to compensate for the pain, I went into pursuer mode. And this song resonated with me. And I realized it resonated with a coping mechanism. And that really helped me unlock. I've done this multiple times through my life, whether it's been through, my love, even the way I relate to my husband. Many times I was more of the pursuer. And I'd be like, why is he not pursuing me? I didn't give him a lot of space to pursue me, actually. We just, we're working through that dynamic. And then I also did that with employers or friends sometimes. I really wanted to make sure I didn't lose their love. And do-do-do-dum. I'm going to chase you all your life. It's like, whoa. I think that's also another symptom.
Yeah.
I think that's also another symptom of feeling like love has to come from another person.
Right.
Or a particular person.
Yeah.
And, her song really resonates. It was a fun, catchy song, but it met me and it kind of carved out that coping mechanism in my life. And so as I realized that, like I said, that song isn't necessarily sharing my truth, in my deep truth. It's sharing kind of like the truth about how I handled it.
Right.
And the song actually doesn't have as much power over me anymore. So if you see me in a stoplight and you hear that song, I will not be bawling my eyes out, y'all. I'm over it.
Freaking stoking them, like singing this doo-doo-doo song after them. So listen, we have here Gina sharing her song. Let's see, Gina, Boys of Summer by Don Henley reminds me of my careless childhood summers. Oh my gosh. You see, I don't even know this song. I'll have to go and listen to it, Gina. Thanks for sharing. Let's try one more here. We have Betty saying hi. Oh, laughs. Hi, Betty. How are you, honey? Welcome. We have a hi from Marge. Hi, Marge. Share your song. What's your favorite song, Marge? That would be interesting to know. David Winter says, favorite song, Get Closer. Oh, nice. See, I don't know these songs. I'm bad with music. So listen, you shared with me about an artist that you just heard of who was going through some struggles and overcame them. And then she wrote a song basically saying that, man, she didn't really overcome that. And that really impacted you. Like, you really was like, wow, it's really deep.
Well, I think that keys into, not only does it help us with feeling, it helps us with connection. So that was another point there on that blog that I wrote, was that music really helps us with connection. And I think that you'll see this is Demi Lovato. And so she sang the song Sober, and she sang it with such vulnerability. And she sings it about not being sober anymore. And anyway, it's just come out. And the way it just struck me, because I've had the privilege of working with people in chemical addiction, but I think we all have these tendencies to do things, to get back into behavior patterns that just really frustrate us. And I think those are some of the moments of most intense shame and isolation, right? Like the stuff we don't want anybody to know that we're doing, like that third, bag of carton of ice cream that we eat at night. Like that's the moment we don't want anyone showing up at the house. Whatever it is, that cigarette that we're back smoking. We want to hide from people seeing us. But what she did was she used the feeling that she felt and shared it in song to millions of people. And I just was so moved by it because she invited us into the moments of shame and isolation. And it made us all feel, in a sense, wait a minute, we're all in this together. Right. Let's all have our third carton of ice cream together.
Next show, baby, we'll bring your favorite ice cream to the show, okay?
And I wanted to mention, let's say like your favorite song is Boys of Summer. Yeah. And it reminds you of this childhood. That could really actually be, if that's really coming up a lot for you, it could be a sense that you're really longing for some childlikeness, some carefreeness, some play. It could be a good indication that your heart's longing for something. So again, it'd be fun to kind of explore what that really means and why it's resonating so strongly.
Wow, that's good, Gina. That's really good. So listen, we're about to get ready to play a game of Encore with one of my favorite people on the planet, y'all. My friend, Maureen Fresh Hour. 3, 2, 1. She's on. Hi, babe. Hi. How are you? Thank you for coming on. Would you introduce us to that beautiful baby doll there in the background and tell us a little bit about her?
Oh, that's Retta Cup.
Yeah.
And she is a really pathetic waitress. I mean, her service is so slow.
Oh, really?
You feel like you'll just wait forever to get your food.
Literally, right?
Yeah. But,
oh my gosh.
She's been with me a long time, and she's wearing the costume that I wore in Pump Boys and Dinettes, which is a musical. I actually got to do the show twice.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, Maureen, tell us a little bit about your musical background for those who don't know.
So I was in musical theater, and that's what I studied in college. And then I went on to teach, and I went on to direct some, but mostly my love has been to be on stage. I love musical theater, and I'm kind of a singer-songwriter also. I was brought up in the, like Joni Mitchell, Bonnie Raitt, Linda Ronstadt era. Those are kind of, I consider them my peeps.
Right. There we go. And you wrote 2 CDs, musical CDs already.
Yeah, I have 2 CDs. mostly original music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And you're writing a book with your son. That's exciting. That's about to come out soon.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm writing a book, and Max is illustrating it. And it's about picky eaters, children who are picky eaters. You know, the child who only eats 3 foods.
Right. We
Yeah.
don't know those children. We don't have those in our house.
No. I will speak that into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
That is this house.
Yeah. Okay, so I grabbed these two and I'm like, listen, we're playing a game. They're like, I don't even know what we're doing. And it's because I don't know either. But so we're going to play this game of Encore. And I'm going to give a word. Okay, let me tell you where this came from. Maureen and I work together. She's my boss. And so I'm sitting in her beautiful office at the moment. Thank you so much. And we would be like in the office and somebody would say a word or a line and we'll start singing songs. Like we'll just come and people would look at us like, you guys are so nuts. So I was like, man, that would be just so fun to do live in front of other people to think that we're nuts. So I just love roasting.
I'm just here to be crushed by Maureen. I think.
Yeah, just get ready. Just get ready. You know, just you know, that's gonna happen, and you know, make peace. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna give you guys a word, and you need to start singing a song, and you're gonna get points, and then whoever wins, I'm gonna send you a prize. All right.
You're gonna send us a what?
A prize. You're getting a prize.
We're getting a prize.
You are. Okay, because I'm making you suffer.
Oh, okay. Now we're serious. I do.
Now she's in the game.
I do remember I paid to. Hold on, and I do remember I paid once to have my voice recorded, like on the boardwalk. They did this. I sang a Debbie Gibson song. So, you know, I mean, musical theater, one time sang horribly and had to pay people to record it. I mean, I think it's on. I
think I found the right person to compete with her.
Yeah.
For everybody who's watching live, if I say a name of a song and it brings to mind something, write it in the comment section so we can see how you guys do for our next one, okay? See if you guys can get faster than Maureen and Katie. All right, ready, guys? Stop.
In the name of love.
In the name of love.
Before you break my heart, think it over.
There you go.
Or were you just telling me to stop?
Yeah, I'm sorry. You did
not. Really, stop.
I need to sing. Is that what it is?
Yeah, you gotta sing the song. Okay, ready? Next one. Feet.
I was going to say these boots are made for walking, but that's not feet.
Ready? Anybody?
Feet.
I've got sunshine in my pocket. I've got boots on my feet. Am I right?
No? Oh, I love that song too. I'm getting a slow response. Seriously, I'm not really trying to discount. I'm getting a slow response. Maybe you could type it in here on this message.
Oh my gosh, where would I would write it here. Okay, I'm gonna write it for you guys so you can see it too. Okay.
Oh, thank you, because I need all the help. Oh,
what?
Groove is in the heart.
Heart.
Groove is in the heart. Mm-mm.
I don't know that song.
Groove is in the heart.
Making it up.
That bass that you. I seriously didn't make it up. It fits in with the theme and everything.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Rolling.
Rolling on the river. Bum, ba, da, 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 da.
There we go.
Yeah.
Good job. All right, fever.
You give me fever in the morning.
Oh, we're like right on track. You can sing it better than I can, but I'm feeling you, girl.
When you kiss me, fever all through the night.
Did you get one, Katie? Did you sing a fever song?
Katie? I want to hear Katie's fever song.
Katie, what was your fever song?
Oh, it was the same one.
Same one. Oh, there you go. We got to
Cheers.
get
We
points.
got a duet.
Sang about it.
All right, let's see here. Alive. Alive.
Staying alive, staying alive.
Oh, good.
Staying alive.
The only one I can think of is He's Alive, He's
And
Alive.
this is when they kick you out of the studio.
He's alive and
This
I'm
is what you
forgiven.
pay us to record.
That was good. I did that
Good.
a little bit hard. Okay, let's see here. Sunshine.
I've got sunshine on a cloudy
I
day.
got sunshine.
Yes, you.
I'm with you, Maureen. You got. I can't tell if the delay. I think you're winning.
He feels this way.
Much winning.
We just morphed into my girl, but that's okay.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I told you I do that. I always morph songs here. Okay, last one. Sugar. Sugar. Let me write sugar.
Sugar, ba da ba bum bum bum. Oh, honey, honey, da 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 da. You are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. Whoa. Yeah.
You guys are getting a lot of hand claps, by the way. We've got some.
You know, I'm noticing a theme, like Motown, 60s, 70s.
That's my era.
I didn't do that on purpose, but that's her era. She knows these songs like the back of her hand.
Yeah.
Thank you, Maureen. You have.
Oh, I love those. And well, you
5.
picked a lot of upbeat songs, words.
Oh, I did, didn't I? We needed some happy. You know, I had happy in there too, but
It could have gone dark.
you could have gone dark.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying I think that form of music was really about being happy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, the other day in worship, I started singing a Motown song in the middle of worship. What was it, Lisa?
Oh gosh, I didn't know that one. Live.
Yeah, something. Oh, I'll think of it in a minute.
But yeah, she just like Motown is in her.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. So Maureen, do you have any questions for Katie about music and feelings in the heart?
Well, one is a comment, but then I also have kind of a question. It really connects with me when you're talking about how music brings something up, and especially because music has always been such a part of my life, that a song for me, I have complete like sensory recall. I like, and Gina, she was talking about, it reminds her of summer. But if I hear a song, I can remember, I can smell the suntan lotion. I can hear the radio. I can smell the chlorine water. I mean, everything is like connected to that song.
Yeah.
You know, and so it makes sense that you can actually use that to your benefit when you need to like revisit those things and say, why is that so important to me? Mm-hmm. You know, the positive and the negative. You know, go to that happy place and it's like, oh, I'll remember when that was, you know, when things were so simple, and you can kind of, you know, shed some of that stress that we carry around now. The other thing is about songwriters who, I don't even know how this pertains to what you do, but songwriters will, I hate to use the word like the Taylor Swift kind of thing, where she breaks up and then she uses it like a weapon. I think we can also use music because it is so powerful. You know, how do we keep music from being a negative?
Right.
How do we use it in our lives as a perk, as a benefit, not as a weapon? Because it is emotionally really potent.
Yeah.
Right. That makes a lot of sense because music has profound influence on culture, right? So it can actually move a culture in certain direction with its sound, with its message.
Yeah, that's really good. I had a question for you, like for artists and musicians that were on there. I said, do you think it's possible for people, maybe especially creatives, artists, musicians, dancers, to have wounds when it comes to music? When it comes to their art form, and how could that affect them negatively? And maybe what is a way for them to become aware of that, and how can they overcome? I know that's a lot of questions in one, but did you?
Right. Well, I think there's a lot of wounding in our area of creativity because it's a form of self-expression.
Mm-hmm.
And some things about our own heart and soul that we want to express make other people possibly uncomfortable or don't agree with. And so if there's a reaction to that, or even being ignored, it's amazing how much we can experience wounds by simply availing ourselves for connection and being ignored. And so it's sometimes really challenging to put yourself back out there vulnerably. And I think a lot of artists will try to model somebody else to reduce their level of vulnerability. But really what we love about artists is the fact that they expose a part of their heart and soul and give us an opportunity to connect with that. So a lot of times it's going back maybe to that place and reestablishing for yourself what you would have needed, what would have really secured you and grounded you. Again, this could be when you were younger, or it could have just been when you were in a vulnerable place and weren't really able to communicate to your own heart and soul your own value for what it has to say and express. And then practicing that, being with yourself, putting things back out there in the world in a way that you can really feel the support of your own heart and soul. And I think there's a lot of different ways you can do that, but I love creative types. So I often find that creative types have been wounded because they're some of the ones who are willing to be most vulnerable with things of heart and soul.
Right. I know we did a session, I think it might have been this morning, and it was about singing, and the memory that we were talking about was I had to stand up and sing the song when I was in high school. It was part of our initiation coming into, I lived in dorms, and it was the wrong type of music for the people. And I got like shamed in front of everybody for it. And that really made it so that it's like, I don't even want to share what I like. It's more, and it's like, I kind of like just started to like what everybody else likes because it's too painful to say what I like, And do you think that different people's hearts are drawn to different types of music, different maybe rhythms or the lyrics, and how can people learn from that about themselves?
Well, I think you're talking about exposing themselves to different genres of music.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that different people's hearts, just there's something about the way that they are made, that a type of music is kind of like their thing, or they're attracted to it, and others they're not. You know what I mean? Maybe even rhythm.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit, so I'm going to go with what I think you've asked me.
Okay, go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
I'm just winging it here tonight.
Yeah.
So I think what you're asking is like the different sounds of music, right? So if you had headbangers, that's going to get you in touch with your anger. If you have listened to something really sentimental, it's going to get you in touch with maybe your sorrow. If you're listening to something, even like really country. Interestingly enough, my husband's really gotten into country, which is new. Like, I'm like, what are you doing? But he really loved these family values and some of just the sentimentality between the man and woman. So country kind of suited him for this season. Yeah. And I think it's the part of that wholeness that we can experience. I don't really like to grieve. I don't like to be sad, but there are some songs that remind me of people in my life who have passed. And as much as I cry through them, they're really meaningful to me. And I'm so grateful for those songs. Right. One of them is My Heart Goes On by Celine Dion. And that reminds me a lot of my grandmother. And I feel like, what she imparted into my heart lives on in my life when I really reflect on that and appreciate who she was. And So I don't want to neglect those things, but that song gives me a space and kind of some connection, right? Because Celine invites me into that experience. I don't feel so alone. Right. And I really get, as Maureen said, that sensory experience of really being present with how powerful it is for someone's heart to be imparted to you and for you to carry it on. And I just really think that there's a lot of variety out there. And so it may be fun for people to try some different types of music. Yeah. And see how it affects them. Like, what does it bring up in you? Why? Why does it make you uncomfortable? You know, we talked about anger. I've always had a hard time being angry, so I never liked angry music. But I found a few that kind of helped me go, okay, I kind of see what they're saying. It was really interesting. Wow. So I think all artists can be appreciated, and you know, it can inspire us or spur us to a lot of different reactions. Just like in an art museum. Right. You know, a lot of different people have maybe different reactions to the art that's created. It's going to tell us about the artist, but it's also going to tell us about ourselves. Right, right.
Maureen, you and I talked a lot about, and it was funny, Katie sent it to me, and it's like all over Facebook now about Paul McCartney's video that he did with, what was his name?
James Corden.
Yes. I mean, it is going all over, you know, it's all over the place. I mean, what about that video really stood out to you?
Well, I mean, a couple things. I love the fact that his music it spoke to so many age groups, that it wasn't just, you know, I was there. I was young when he was young, and we were kind of experiencing the music as it came out. And I was a budding musician, you know, so I learned how to play all of his music and all. So I had this one experience, but like when he was singing in that pub, that one girl, she has her arm like this, and she must be 21 maybe. Right. And she has the really iconic font of the Beatles off of one of their early albums. Right. And it's tattooed under her arm there. And I just thought the power that you have with music to touch people. And of course, it was really moving when he talked about his mother coming to him in a dream.
Oh my God.
And she said, "Let it be." And that song, that's become such a phrase, and everyone just knows, like that is one of those songs that just causes you to emote. Yeah. In a certain way, you know?
Yeah.
And that it was just such a simple inspiration that he had. And whether he's, you know, taking his inspiration from God or not, we're all created by God. And when something like that is created, it's just, you hate to use the word magic, but it's beyond what a man can do. Right. You have to then point at, that was just divinely inspired. Right. Yeah. You know, when it has that kind of impact. And as a songwriter, you always want to have that kind of impact. You know, of course, it speaks to you when you write it. And a lot of songwriting is that kind of purging. I need to get this out here. Yeah. But then when it speaks to other people, then you just have to say, that's just God. That's just divine. Yeah. You know, and you just have to, you can't take credit for that.
Yeah. Yeah. And you had said, like, I'm having a hard time remembering his name. Is it Marvin Gaye? Who did we talk about?
Oh, Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
How?
Oh my goodness.
The music.
Marvin Gaye, who was from DC, and just tragically was in an argument with his father when he was, I think, maybe 40-ish. I can't remember his age. And his father shot him, and he died. But he wrote in the 60s that song that goes, "Mother, mother, there's too many of you crying. Brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying." And you think about how prophetic that was, that we're looking at that now and saying, we are in that time.
Right.
He couldn't have known. Of course, there were troubled times then also, but that's something that's so universal, that just speaks to the time. It's just as current now. And no. And then when he was going to run the ice maker. Wait a minute.
Everybody, just wait 1 second. You just got to run the ice.
Hold that thought. Isaac needs ice.
Yeah, just keep that. Yeah.
When you think about the immigration situation where mothers and children are separated, the power of that music to speak is amazing.
Yeah. Really incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So, wow, we've gone long and deep today, and I know this is a subject that we could probably go on and more about. I think that there are probably a lot of artists, musicians out there, that just really feel probably very stuck in things. Katie, would you just talk to them? How can you encourage them in their art, in what they're doing, in a way to really connect with understanding themselves in this time?
Yeah, sure. I really have appreciated how even if I express to myself, sing in the shower, paint a picture for myself, I'm validating a sense of communication from in my own heart and soul. And so I would really encourage anybody who has that creative bent to create, to put something out in the world, to write. There really is not a right way to do it. There's an opportunity to express. And then the more we do it, the more it becomes refined and the more it can develop its ability to resonate with people. But if you can first do it for yourself, I think you'll find that in relationship to yourself, if you can look at what you're offering as an expression and as an intriguing opportunity to learn more about yourself, I think that the world is fascinating. I love meeting new people, going new places, but there is something so incredibly fascinating about an individual heart, the human heart. It was intricately woven, masterfully designed, so unique and so well cared for. Our heart is that center of connection, creativity, wholeness. And I know that some wounds and shame or fears can harden it. But if you really love yourself well and practice that love, I believe your heart will soften and will be willing to receive as well as give some real connection, whether it be through music, writing, dance, art of any sort. So I really just encourage you to do it for yourself first and maybe share it around. Share it with me. I know I love to see what comes out of people's hearts, for sure.
There you go. Well, Katie, how can people connect with you if what was said today really, spoke to them, especially for people who are in that kind of line, with art and so on?
Yeah, sure. Well, I love for them to visit my website, katieclose.com, and they can go to the blog area where they'll find this particular blog on music and the heart and soul. But I've also written a number of other ones, and I'd love for them to sign up for my email. I'm doing bi-weekly email that's going to keep them updated, and I'm inviting people into the practice because all this can sound good, right? Like experiencing yourself, emotions, loving yourself, but like how does it look in practicality? And I think that that's what I really want to offer people through the sessions, but also through the encouragement, my writing, whatever you can get access to really fuel it, not just in thought, but in experience. And like Maureen said, those musical experiences can help catapult us into new ways of being, thinking about the world, but also ourselves. And so if you connect with me on my website, and then if you sign up for my email, you'll see that on my website, and you get a free bonus, and then I'll be able to stay in touch with you and encourage your heart. And when you're ready, jump in and do a session. Like I said, when people leave a session, they think, I am more amazing than I realized. And that's what I love about the session. You never really leave going, well, why is my heart so what?
Yeah, right.
You go like, there was a lot there, and maybe it got hard from painful experiences, but I'm pretty amazing. And I think that the more you get to know your heart, the more you'll not just know that of thought, you'll experience it in power.
Right. Very good. Well, guys, this is going to come to the end of our show. Maureen, thank you so much for jumping on to play Encore. And full sensitivity, you know, your life journey, and you know.
I'm so inspired by Maureen.
I know there's a lot in there.
I'm so inspired by Maureen. She's lived such a creative life.
Oh, thank you.
So wonderful.
And there's more coming. I know that. So we're excited about.
I've lost Lisa. I can't see her at all.
Oh. Well, listen, I'm going to send you guys back into the lobby. Thank you so much for joining us today, Maureen and Katie. Have a wonderful night, girls. I'm sending you guys into the lobby. Bye. Guys, for everybody else who is watching, thank you so much for joining us. I had so much fun, and there was so much in here that was really good. So listen, please share this video with your friends that you know who needs encouragement in their heart for their creative sides, but also for anybody. Your heart, every heart loves music. Every soul is singing some kind of song. And we want you guys to live the fullest of who you are. So please join us next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Here on Two Amigo Tuesdays, where we come together to make your Tuesday just a little bit more fun. Love you guys. Ciao.